Welcome back. So in this lesson I'll show you how to add more details, like more subdivision details, because some brushes may not work well without subdivision added to it. All right, so like I told you before, there's always something to tweak when it comes to artistry, right? So you have to adjust a few things, you have to move a few stuff around. So I'm looking at this from different angles. Okay, so usually the head is always the shape of a light bulb, so you'd want to adjust it accordingly. The top view, but the back view always look like a shape of a light bulb, like that. All right, so every head actually, by study, it shows. I've done study and I've had a few meetings with professionals, and I realized that, and they shared that same, that same conviction, that same truth. So this also always looked like that shape of a light bulb. So it always has that shape, so we'll just keep adjusting. And the next thing we're going to do, you see, this is the most important part of this tutorial. I mean, if you're going to spend time to perfect this part, spend time to perfect it, because this is really important to get this part right. Do I have such a flat head? Yes, I do. In real life, yep, I do. You just use the head to cover up. Doesn't mean if you see me on the road, you come and start looking at my head. Right. Just adjusting. I hope this is simple enough. So now let's go over and add subdivision surface. So now usually you want to do dynamesh, right? But if you dynamesh this character, you would lose this. You will lose if I click on these polyphase polygons, you will lose all these polygons. Remember, this is what we are animating. At this level is what we are animating. If you mess with this, you mess with the animation. So you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to dynamesh. So we just want to come to geometry. And for some reason, I do not like this theme anymore, because I'm losing. I can't see my icons well. I think I'll stick to this. So what I want to come here, just click divide, and boom, it subdivides. Yep. And for some reason this disappears, which we'll solve it when we take it to Blender. All right, I think it's because it's during our character preparation stage. I think we didn't join this. I think that's what you run. You see, that's what we run into when we don't get it right at the preparation stage, right? But I don't want to go back to start doing all that, so we'll correct that when we take it back to Blender. All right, so but just so you know, when you see this line, you know that the head is now separate from the body. So now you subdivide it once. Remember, now it's when it creates a second subdivision. Remember, now you can go back to the previous subdivision. If you go forward, you go to the higher subdivision. Right, so as we progress, we keep subdividing, and you see it smooths out, and you can add more details. But that's not what we want. So I want to undo that and stick to the second subdivision, then work with this one now. So now you see we can now add a few more details to this character now. Okay. Few more details to this character. To get them out, we'll get it, don't worry. the first thing we want to deal with is the eyes though. So let us see how we can add. So you now understand this. So this is, let me just do a recap. If you scroll back to 1, it takes you back to your previous subdivision, which is this dude right here. If I increase this, now you now have 23,000. Imagine. So you can't possibly animate this, because if I click now, you see there's a lot of them. So, and we're going to be using at least two more subdivisions to get the character ready for animation, or to get the form of, or the shape of the face, right? So that's what we'll be doing. So we can now, you can see we can now sculpt in more details into this character. Alright, so let's reduce brush size, add more clay. So the character has pointed nose, a big nose, right? Rather, so just keep adding some subserve here. Just smooth things out. So I'm just adding, using my clay builder just to add, and that's maybe the only brushes we may be using, though there's another brush I will introduce you to, so that will come in much later. So I'm still trying to get the shape of the face. You tell me. I think we're getting there. We'll just keep adjusting as we go forward. Use my move brush. So I think this part, and remember, it's a cartoon character, right? So at some point you may want to, add some exaggeration to it, right? Just exaggerate. Maybe if he has this cheekbone, for example, we want to give it more cheekbone, but for now let's just stick to the basics. So I'm holding down shift to smooth things out. Don't forget, hold down shift to smooth it out. So if I click on my clay build up again, zoom in, reduce my brush. Remember, I'm pressing my, if you're using a keyboard and a mouse, just press your space bar, or you just come here, reduce your brush size. So I want to just get those forms in. That's pretty much what we're doing here, right? We're just getting the forms in place, just painting. Like I said, we are getting our hands dirty. So I want you to enjoy this part. I don't want you to be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Enjoy it. I want you to enjoy this part. It may suck at the beginning. Just enjoy the part, okay? Don't be in a hurry to get it right at first, because the truth is nobody gets it right at first. I mean, it takes a grace, even in life. I mean, a lot of people, it takes a lot of observation, planning, to get it right at the beginning. I mean, there's bound to be mistakes. You have to live with that possibility that you may run into mistakes. No one is perfect. So this character doesn't have to be perfect at the beginning. So you just keep adjusting as you go forward. Alright? if you're a 6-year-old watching this, I want you to pay close attention. Don't try to hurry. Enjoy it. Enjoy the phase. Enjoy this phase you are right now, because it's the only time you're going to live it. So this eyebrow here, we want to paint that forward. So I'm using a graphic stop, and it's pressure sensitive. What I mean by pressure sensitive is that the harder I press and sculpt and maybe release the weight of my pressing, so that's how it's going to paint accordingly, right? So that's how they make these movies. You say, oh yeah, you see, you've just made one. You can now start sculpting horns if you wanted to sculpt horn like Hellboy, those kind of thing. But that's not why we're here. So let's just stick to why we're here. And sometimes when I do stuff like that, I just say, oh yeah, so I can actually do this. Yeah, so yeah, there's a possibility you can do it. So let's reduce the focal shape. The focal shape is that other fainted circle inside this our brush. So let's just reduce that and keep it at a 0. So it stays, it just stays where you want it to be. So we want to paint in this eyebrow. Let's look at it from the side view. Just paint this eyebrow. Just here, like that. Smooth it out. For your mouse may not have pressure sensitivity, so just continue. It doesn't matter, right? What matters is what you're achieving at the end of the day. I hope you're getting this. Please, you can drop your questions on the comment section, or you can just send us message. We have a Slack channel where you can drop your complaints at Bold Animation Studios. Where you can drop your complaints and all. And which you must have been added. Upon registration, you'll be added automatically to our Slack channel. As soon as you purchase this course, you'll be added such that you can have access to me directly. You get it. Don't send me a message on Instagram. Thank you. Yeah. As concerning work or classes, like, don't send me message. Just send a message on Slack so I know it's you, and I treat your case, accordingly. All right. So we're trying to, look and just get a few features from here and put it on this character. So I'm painting in the reverse with my clay build-up, right? So I'm holding down Alt to paint in the reverse. So instead of painting this one here, I'm painting it in the reverse now, just to get that form. Alright? Just have to try till we get it right. Like, it sucks, I don't like it, but I don't have a choice. I just have to keep painting. Right? So we're still sculpting in details to it. Right? Look at it from the side view. For this iPad, just reduce the brush size, just painting, just keep painting details. Yeah. see, you don't have to be a sculptor, okay? All you just have to do is use your eyes, just look, observe. I know it's frustrating. I know, okay? I'm sorry, but there's no easy way out. Right? If you really want this, I mean, you have to go get it. I mean, you just have to. It's hard, but I'm sorry. I wish I could help you right now. But please, I'm just using two brushes, move brush and clay buildup, right? You see, it's rubbish. Like, it's not even close. Abi, you'll see. So I'll select my move brush. Just move the eyes, the eyelid up a bit. The dude has big eyes. Yeah, I have a big eyes. I know. Just to, spread things out. So let's quickly, add eyes, an eyeball. So you want to look at it from a different perspective. Right? It's the same thing with life. You can't really make a sound judgment without perspective. You have to see things from different perspective to be able to, to work better. Alright, so we'll just adjust this. You have to look at things from different perspective. Okay? So now let's see how we can add eyeballs. So I'm going to show you a few tricks. So let's quickly add. Whoa, where are you? Don't do that. Don't. Try it next time. Wow, that eyelid is very big, right? So we can't really know until we add eyeballs to it. So now let's quickly add eyeballs. So what we'll do is we'll come to subtools, come to append. Append, yeah. And add sphere, a sphere 3D. So you see it has been added here. So if I zoom out, where is the sphere? So that's it down there. So right now this is being selected. So you'd want to hold down Alt and select this guy, right? Or you just select it here. Alright. So usually, that has disappeared because the body has disappeared because I switched off. Like I said, you see, I told you that we'll know these things as we use them, right? So you can switch off that layer over there. So I select this guy. Now, remember in Blender where I showed you how to move? Sorry about that. How to move stuff. Yeah. So you can move objects. Remember, you can move. Remember, you can actually move. For some reason, this theme is not working with this guy. I don't know why. So you can move your windows, right? You can rotate here, but I didn't show you how to move objects. So now I'm going to show you because now it's time to know how to use it. What did I just say? Whatever. All right. So with this selected, if you come here, so you have your edit and draw. So edit means you're editing, right? Like we said before. Down draw means you're drawing. Now if you click on move, it means it activates this gizmo for you to move things. And please don't play around with it, don't touch it yet. So you'd want to be precise and move this up here, or actually select this and move the entire thing anywhere. Okay, you'd want to rotate, but you don't want to rotate anything. Okay, so we'll zoom in. Now down here you can scale this. Okay, let me go over this. This one, this arrow pointed, the pointed ones are for the moving, right, from different angles. Now the square or the rectangle is for scaling at different axes. Then the rounded one is for rotation. All right, so that's pretty much how it works, just so you know. Okay, so you can move this here or you can move all of it, but also you can scale all, because if you look inside you see a square here, this yellow one, so that's the one you want to use in scaling everything uniformly or uniformingly, right? But when you scale it into that character, it gets missing. So we want to activate transparency such that you can see through a character. Okay, so this is it here. You just click on transparency and it makes this character, you know, transparent, while the active one, it maintains its color. What it means is that when this is active, it turns every other object in the scene transparent, so you'd see through, you know, those objects. Okay, so zoom in. All right, just move this guy. So it's the eyes we are aiming for. So remember, it's the yellow, that yellow square, that's what you're using, moving and scaling every single thing. So this one will just move the entire thing here. Look at it from another angle, then precisely move this outside here. So we'll just get the eyes. So this time we can now deactivate this transparency. Now let's scale this in just to get it right here. You're getting it right? You're getting it? I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are amazing. If you're not getting it, keep trying. You're gonna get it. I promise you. I promise you. You will. So now that is done, don't mess with this orientation. Just go back and press your draw. So you can draw here, but I mean, you should have another one here, right? You just try. So usually you want to duplicate it to the other side, but no, I'm going to show you another way to do it. So let's come to deformation. You see, I told you you would understand this thing as we use it. Press mirror, so it mirrors it to the other side, but boom, this one disappears. Don't worry. Come to geometry, come to modified topology, mirror and weld, and boom, you have both of them there. So you can, whatever you do here will be done the other way. Okay, so I don't want to mess with these eyes right now, so I want to pull down, press Alt and select my body, or just go to subtool and select this body. So now with the eyes in place, we can now shape this eyelid around the eyes. Okay, so with my move tool, I'll just adjust them accordingly, according to this one. It's a stylized character. I like stylized. I'm not a realistic character creator or character artist, though I would really want to spend time on it, because but I won't, because I'm an animator, right? I just want to sculpt my character quickly and animate them. So in my team we have people who actually specialize in character sculpting, realistic. So I have people who do that, but if I want to really get something done quickly, I just come here and sculpt my character. And please, I hope you are enjoying this. Alright, so if you notice here, the dude has meat over here, so I want to click my clay builder and actually sculpt that meat into place. Okay, while I'm at that, I'll just keep smoothing things out. just keep adjusting, right? So though we are going to sculpt in a few, it's a stylized character, right? So now it's still not the time for detailing. It's to get the forms right. We are not detailing anything. Okay, so let's hold on for the eyes for now, though there's still more adjustments to be made, there's still more work to be done. Just move it in a bit. Okay. I don't know. It's about the forms. I'm just looking and getting the forms right. Okay. Okay, all right. So, like in the other lesson, in my previous course, in that beginner's tutorial, I showed you how to step by step add eyes from scratch. Add nose, add mouth, add butt. So we won't be doing that here, since we are doing this from the reference image directly. We won't be doing that. That particular course, I didn't really use a reference. Okay. I just showed you how these tools work from scratch. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this. Alright, so check out the nostrils. So we have to paint in the reverse. Remember, just reversely paint in that nostrils. You see, I'm just using 2 brushes, and if that's not simplicity, I don't know what it is. Though I'm still going to use other brushes though, like my Dem standard brush. That's one of my favorite brush. Anyway. Okay, so in the next lesson, I'll pause this one for now. In the next lesson, we're going to deal with the mouth. So you see, it's beginning to take shape. So we'll deal with the mouth. Give it this normal African mouth. So it's beginning to come out now. So you'll see that we are getting our character right. Okay. Remember, it's still on subdivision. The geometry is still on 2, right? We haven't added details. It's not time for that now. Though it's a stylized cartoon, so we may not pay full attention on the details. We just want to get this 3D as close as this guy. Okay, we just keep looking at it from different angles. So let me quickly look at my other character here to see if I get it. Okay, I think I am getting close to it. So I noticed the jaw. See why you need to work with reference, so that you just see things from different angles. Because I noticed the jaw here. Alright. This cheekbone is actually obvious. So in the next lesson, we'll deal with the mouth and the ears. So I want you to pause, get your forms right. Don't rush it, don't overshoot it. Small. You understand? There's nothing you learn for the first time doing it fast. You don't learn something for the first time doing it fast. You learn small, move. You see the eyelid, move it small. That's how, even as professional as I am, I'm still moving things bit by bit. There's no hurrying. It's better to spend a whole day on a process to get it right than rushing it and it's rubbish at the end of the day. Do you understand? Don't hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Alright? And see you in the next lesson where we'll have to deal with the mouth and the ears. Alright? So, see you in the next class. Bye.